I'm green as hell. You know.
Got you. Tell me how she was toxic though. Give me one good example.
So all right. So you ever seen Lottery Ticket? Bow Wow.
I ain't never seen that.
You ain't never seen that?
No. Tell me the scene though. Paint the picture.
So it's a scene in there where it's a bedroom scene.
Okay.
She ripping his shirt off, and you know what I'm saying?
That passion.
She basically that's what's going on. So she, we in the motion, you know what I'm saying? She pull out these handcuffs, and she handcuffed me. I'm like, okay, like again, I'm like, it's whatever at this point. All I know is that she fine. This is my crush. Like I say, most people when they have their first, they don't do it. They don't do it with their crush. They settle for less. But mine, she was like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That wow factor. So, so she handcuffed me to the bed. So I'm one hand to the headboard tight. Other hand, I'm able to dig into my pocket. So protection is everything. So I'm with one hand I'm putting my protection, whatever. She snatches the condom out my hands. I'm like, what you doing? She's like, oh, I'm about to put it on you. I'm like, I'm so naive that I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's what's going on. Like, so she take the condom and she like, I'm put it on you or whatever. So she take it and I'm sitting back. I'm looking at her. I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's what's going on. She jams her like thumb through the condom, like just goes crazy. And I'm like, she's like, we're not putting this on, Corey. I'm like, oh, snap.
Everybody, it's your girl, DJ with Plan for Keeps, dating app and podcast. And today I have Jacory Loggins. Hey, he is a model and an actor out here in Atlanta. He is here for Dating Chronicles, where you give a funny, crazy, or lesson learned dating story. But before we dive into that, I like to learn about all of my guests. So I want to learn a little bit more about you and what you got going on out here in Atlanta.
So like you just said, I'm a model and actor. I've been doing it for about 10 years. And honestly, I just use my testimony, my walk of faith, and indulging in the industry, using my influence to inspire other people that look like me who may not have the knowledge of how to actually go about and going into the industry. So
got you. Okay. So tell me a little bit just about how you got into the industry, and then tell me about your testimony.
Okay. So I started modeling at 16 years old. Okay. My mom and I, like, we came together. We pretty much was like, I told my mom, I was like, I think I want to try like indulging in modeling. So she was like, okay, we'll set you up with a photo shoot. We got my headshots done, and my mother, she submitted me to like several different modeling agencies.
Okay.
The funny thing was we had about several of them, they wanted to sign me. So I was like, okay, this might work. So we ended up signing with the agency that was just like, we want you. Yeah. I tried it out. That agency offered modeling and acting courses. Okay. So as I was doing that, that's when I learned to do acting. I booked my first role with like TV One Fatal Attraction and things like that. And then I got into a feature film that's called Now That You Know. Okay. So that's how I got into it.
Okay. Gotcha. And where would you say the testimony lies? I know it's hard to get in the industry now, would you say?
Definitely.
Is it because it's so saturated and people move over here for that?
For sure. Definitely in Atlanta, everybody is somebody. So, for sure.
Got you. So would you say your testimony is just how you were able to infiltrate the industry so easy? Or where does your testimony lie?
My testimony lies is typically the black male who had to, I'm from the inner city of Atlanta, so I've seen and dealt with a lot. And, from gun violence, the whole nine, gang activity. Yeah. Went to Atlanta public schools. So I had to kind of maneuver and use good faith in my parents and not really become a product of my environment, because it was very accessible. Like, I was really out there. You know what I'm saying? I have friends that, unfortunately, they got caught up. So a lot of them were in jail. A lot of them dead. The typical what you hear, by having faith in God and, staying true to myself and having that, I was able to navigate what I feel like is my purpose.
Got you. How do you think for you in school, or how did it impact you as you tried to navigate what you felt your purpose was compared to what you saw? Like, how did that impact your day-to-day, like at school and dealing with people?
I mean, it was hard because, like, when you go into school, you're going to have people that call you ugly and everything like that. Yeah, they call me. Yeah,
they did. Oh, my God. They're trying to put you down. Okay.
Yeah, dudes, like, friends that join on you or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Call you ugly. And I'm like, man, you calling me this, but I just got paid $2,000 for a shoot. So I'm like, I don't know, but it's give or take. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm no different from anyone else. And that's really what my message is to anybody. I'm no different than anyone else. I'm just like you. I've been in the same places, and
you can really go anywhere that you want to go if you put your mind to it.
Right.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, definitely. Okay. So we're going to dive into dating. All right. Okay. Where you give a funny, crazy, or even just a lesson learned dating story, or even if there's something within a past relationship or relationship now that you went through that you felt like you learned something. What do you have for us today?
Okay. So I'm gonna start back when I was it's around the same time that I started modeling. It's crazy. Okay. I got into a relationship with this girl. I'm not gonna say her name. Okay. I was 16. Okay. I went to my homeboy. He asked me. He was like, "Come to this football game." It wasn't even like our home football game.
Okay.
So we went to an away game, and then this away game, to sum it all up, I saw this girl, like, she was with a group of other girls. I was like, she just stood out to me. I was like, I ain't seen nobody else but her. I was like, yo, I don't know who that is, but that girl is fine. Like, nice height, you know what I'm saying? She's probably about 5'11" or something like that. She just stood out. I didn't even talk to her that night. I just seen her. I was like, man, like, this back, with Instagram, when they used to give the shout outs and everything. And I remember scrolling up through my phone, and I saw her page again. I was like, oh, I got to talk to her. Like, this is no ifs, ands, or buts. I got to talk to her.
Got that. Okay.
Yeah. So I got her DM. That's how I got her. I slid in the DM. But at the time, I think she was messing with somebody. She was kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Gotcha.
And I was kind of like, okay, cool. We was like talking a little bit. And I remember she ended up giving me her phone number. Okay. And she was like, FaceTime me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to FaceTime with her. So, I'm over here brushing my hair. Like, I was trying to make something right. She get on there. It's crazy. She get on there. We talk for a little minute. Every time we talk, she would always cut me short. She was like, oh, I got to go or something like that. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm at school. I'm in the gym, just playing basketball with her. I get my phone. She like, what you up to? So I'm like, oh, snap. Like, I'm on my phone, giving her the time of day. Like, she just blew me off. But anytime she hit me up, I'm available,
Yeah.
But long story short, she ended up saying she wanted to see me.
Okay.
Met her at the mall, this was before I even had a car. I saw her in person, but the funny thing, she was acting shy. And I was like...
Because she was by herself?
No, she was with her brother and like a group of friends. And I was like, I don't know, why are you acting shy? As good as you look, like, she was bad. But I don't know. So we hung out or whatever. She went on by her business.
Okay.
And then I remember, I'm just kind of skimming back. She was like, you want to come over and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I want to come over. I asked my brother to drop me off, but we kind of were having little, side conversations about getting into it, and getting into it means like I'm a virgin at this point. So like, I'm over here telling her what she want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
How do virgins do that? Is it porn? Is it like, what is it like?
Nah, it's just like
I think you hear.
I think you figure it out. Like
as you talking to her, do you let the woman kind of lead the conversation and then you just kind of play into it a little bit?
I think at that time, I don't know. Like it was so long ago. So it was like, I think I was just hyping myself up to be something more than what I was. It was like, that J. Cole moment.
Oh, like, yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. But long story short, like I dropped off. I was prepared, got
the condom
right
that you needed.
Man, it happened.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. It was good for me, but I was like, she went from having that, oh yeah, to calling me like that minute, man. And I was like, yeah. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had to redeem myself. I was like, nah.
So did y'all continue talking and you was able to redeem yourself, or just
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We continued to talk, and I had to redeem myself.
Okay.
We ended up getting into a relationship.
Okay.
Fast forward and everything, but I soon found out how toxic she was.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, because I was about to go back, because I know you said in the beginning it seemed like she was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, y'all do the do. I'm assuming your lesson for that would you have told the truth back, if you think back, or no, you would have kept that the same and just redeemed yourself?
I think I don't know. I think it really
girls be liking that they have to teach a dude something,
right?
So you probably would have been okay with telling the truth. It probably would have been.
She had way more experience.
She probably would have taught you some stuff if you would.
She taught me some stuff.
Yeah, that was
for
it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good, the bad, and the ugly. For sure. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move a little bit. So y'all ended up building this relationship. How long were y'all together?
It wasn't that long. It was probably, I'm probably gonna say about 6 months.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all do the do. When did signs already started showing, but when did it really started like glaring like in your face, the signs that she was toxic?
Like I said, I was really innocent. So
I mean, for it to only last 6 months, you did pretty good, unless she broke off with you.
Yeah, but I think at that time, like, I was kind of influenced by friends. I really didn't, at that time, you really don't know yourself. So
yeah.
But the signs was just like, I don't know. She just had so much. She had so much. What's the word I'm trying to say? Of availability, and like her mom, she wasn't really like a strict parent at all.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So with her having that much like the ability to do what she wanted to do, she was very toxic because she was in control.
Got you. So was she? So would you say she was in control over you, and that was the toxic part? Or was she also toxic because she was dealing with other people? Or was it just a mix of all that?
I think it was because I was so new to the game and naive that I really didn't know what I was in for. You know what I'm saying?
Got
like
you.
she had so much experience
Got you.
that a person in dealing with me, I'm just like, I'm green as hell. You know?
Got you. Tell me how she was toxic though. Give me one good example.
So all right. So you ever seen Lottery Ticket? Bow Wow?
I ain't never seen that.
You never seen that?
No. Tell me the scene though. Paint the picture.
So it's a scene in there where it's a bedroom scene.
Okay.
She ripping his shirt off, and you know what I'm saying?
That passion.
She basically that's what's going on. So she, we in the motion, you know what I'm saying? she pull out these handcuffs, and she handcuffed me. I'm like, okay, like, you know, again, I'm like, it's whatever at this point. All I know is that she fine. This is my crush. Like I say, most people when they have their first, they don't do it. They don't do it with their crush. They settle for less. But mine, she was like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That wow factor. So she handcuffed me to the bed. So, you know, I'm one hand to the headboard tight. Other hand, you know, I'm able to dig into my pocket. So, you know, protection is everything. So I'm, you know, with one hand I'm putting my protection, whatever. She snatches the condom out my hands. I'm like, what you doing? She's like, oh, I'm about to put it on you. I'm like, I'm so naive that I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's what's going on. Like, so she take the condom and she, you know, she like, I'm put it on you or whatever. So she take it and I'm sitting back. I'm looking at her. I'm like, okay, like that's what's going on. She jams her like thumb through the condom, like just goes crazy. And I'm like, she's like, we're not putting this on, Corey. And I'm like, oh, snap. Like, you know.
You already handcuffed to the bed.
Yeah. So she gets on top of me, right? You know, we doing it, right?
What to do?
And I just had that moment, like, where, you know, my mom, she didn't play that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hell nah. Like, she on top of me, I was just right before I'm about to, you know, I get her off of me. Like, I'm like, no. You know, I think about my whole career. It's in my head. I'm like, all these blessings and stuff is happening.
So you, with one hand, you able to get off?
Oh, I use my upper body strength, my legs. Get her ass on me.
How old was this girl?
I was 16, so she had to be about 16.
16 too?
God. Yeah, she was not. She was like, I want you. It's about to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want your name tatted on me. All that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not playing. You know. So
what happened after that? Does the relationship still continue? Does she get turned off at the fact that you pushed her off?
I pushed her off of me to relieve my life and everything that I have that I'm trying to work for. And she breaks down crying, like hysterically. And I'm sitting here feeling bad. Like, I'm like, yo, like this, I'm feeling like I'm in love with this girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh my God.
But at the same time, I'm like, damn, did I do something wrong? Like, so I'm feeling bad. And I'm, you know, sitting here thinking like, damn, I just hurt the girl that I'm in love with, right?
Yeah.
So, fast forward, it's not that I'm comforting her, but we go for that round 2, right?
Yeah.
The round 2, I'm like, all right, okay, give her what she want.
Oh, shit. Did you nut this girl?
I did. But, like I say, well, God is on your side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
So my homeboys, they came and they picked me up. They like, you know, this before I had the whip. So we all in the car. They like, damn, they like, when you smell like, like, you know, got some, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's the whole time I'm riding the car, I'm like, oh, fuck, like, I just automatically think, I'm like, this girl pregnant, like, you know?
God. Yo, so how did that change the trajectory of the relationship? I know, like, you probably felt like you were in love, but at the same time, did it make you pull back?
No, because it only got worse.
Yo, how did it get worse?
I remember, now needless to say, I never had a kid, like, with her, nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. So that was God. But how it got worse was there was one time I was at her house. I spent the night.
Okay.
And my friend, my girlfriend, she was just a friend. She hit me. It was around the Super Bowl time. She was like, you want to come to my house? My parents and everybody, we throwing the Super Bowl party. It's going to be food. I'm like, yeah, like that sounds like a good move. Like, I'll definitely do that because I had no other plans. And I'm texting her like in the bed. My girl, she laying next to me, but she probably like on her phone. I'm thinking she sleep. I go to sleep. I get waking up out my sleep like she's shaking the hell out of me. I'm like, what? Like, You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's the problem? You know? And she got the phone all up in my face. So I'm looking at it like something out of a movie. I'm squinting. I'm like, what? Like what? Like what's the problem?
Yeah.
And she like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, yo, I was gonna tell you in the morning, like, my friend is having a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Like, this is my childhood friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. All I wanted was some wings. Nah. It was like,
you ain't going.
She went crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember going back to sleep that night. All I remember was like, she tore up the room. What? Like a Tasmanian devil, like the whole room, all like, you see all this in here?
Yeah.
Everything flipped upside down. So I just remember it being like early in the morning. I text my friend, yeah, come get me now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, like, so she pull up. My friend, she had a car. She like, I'm outside.
Oh, shit.
I go, we take off, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward, I'm watching the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I get a FaceTime call from her. Like, you know, I'm chilling. I'm probably walking around the house eating some wings and stuff. Like, I'm in there chilling. I get this FaceTime call from her phone. So I slide it. I'm like, hello, it's not her. It's her brother. Her brother is like, he's mad. He like, yo, why did you cause her to overdose and stuff? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, I'm my heart, I'm just like all the air out my body is just like,
oh my God. So like, they put that on you? Okay.
You know? Yeah.
So she was on drugs or was she on?
I found out after the fact because I think in that moment, I didn't know what happened.
You didn't put two and two together?
It was like she overdosed, hung up the phone. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the moment. I'm Denzel Washington. I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, I just dropped down. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then my friend's like, what's the problem? I'm like, give me a minute. You know what I'm saying? I call my brother. I'm like, because my brother, he used to drop me off at my girl's house. Mm-hmm. So I call him and I'm like, bro, she dead, bro. She dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. I'm just going crazy. Like, I'm like, yo, this ain't that. But fast forward, mm-hmm. You know, I'm trying to, you know, get the air in my body again. I'm like, damn, my bitch is dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? So after that, I get another FaceTime call from the phone. I'm like, all right, I slide it open. I'm like, and it's her. Okay. Shawty is in a whole hospital, like, gown. Like you see somebody up in the bed. She in a hospital gown, wristband on. She got this like devious ass look at me. She just like smiling at me, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, it was like, this girl is crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, so the devious look. Did she say anything?
No. I was like, what? I'm trying to, you know, that track, but I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As I know, it's like she took all these pills, like the ambulance came and got her up or something like that. But
how long did y'all stay together after that?
Well, the whole course of the relationship was like, I think 6 or 7
6 months. So
in that time,
so when she overdosed, how long was it after? Did y'all stay together? Was that it after that for you, or what was the final straw for you?
The final straw.
I think about myself at 16. I got into some crazy situations myself, and unfortunately, because I was the type who coddled and cared, I would have been like, "Oh my God," and I would have stayed.
I think I did a little bit longer. Like, it took a lot for me to leave her because I think like she was telling me everything I wanted to hear. She was doing everything I wanted. Yeah. Anything that a dude, from my perspective, I can't speak for nobody else, but from a dude's perspective, is like she was just top tier because she was so toxic. Like, so I grew up single parent household. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My dad really wasn't in the picture. Yeah. I had, you know, my stepfather, but he kind of like, once my mom and my stepdad got together, it was like, I played the bet. So when I got with her, it was relieving because her dad, he was in prison. Okay. Because he had murdered somebody. So it's like, she had like daddy issues.
Gotcha.
So we complimented each other real.
You
know what I'm saying? But it was just like she felt a certain void. She was tender. She was, affectionate.
Got you.
She was just, you was gonna know for sure.
So were you seeking them things from your mother when she got with your stepdad, you think?
I think I was still growing. Like I wasn't fully developed. But I think that once I got with her, it was like, oh yeah, like this is where I want to be. I was so bad, man. I used to tell my mom that I was going to I used to tell my mom I'm going over to my friend's house, but my friend had a whip. I was like, yeah, come get me. I go over there 'cause her mom was a real cool, so like, yeah.
Got you. Okay. Wow. Okay, so you say you think you stayed a little bit longer. Do you remember what broke the camel's back or no?
This is the crazy thing. So I was always peer pressured. It took me a lot of times to fall before I really realized who I am. And I'm like, I stand up for what I do now. I stand up for what I believe in. But back then it was like, I had a friend and we went to the mall and he was just like, oh man, I know I can get more girls than you or whatever. And I was just like, bruh, I was like, okay, like you want to do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, bet. It was this one girl. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah.
But this is the crazy part. So I ended up, talking to this one girl. He thought he could get her, and she was with her little brother. Mm-hmm. My friend was so corny back then. He walked up to the girl and was like, "So which one is it gonna be? Do you like me or him?" And she was like, "It was like he was real aggressive with her, and she was just like, I would talk to him." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my friend, he couldn't take it. But the crazy part was, so I got the girl on Instagram, and the girl, she was back then, she was like commenting under like my photos and stuff. And my ex now, the girl that I was with then, she commented under my picture, and she was like, "Is that Corey?" And the girl was like, "Yeah." But this the crazy thing. So my ex, the crazy one, she knew of that girl because that girl used to talk to her brother. So it was like, what was so bad about it was I really didn't want that girl. I was just trying to prove a point to my friend.
Yeah.
But I heard that girl had like slept with her brother, my ex's brother. So it was like, she knew she was the hoe. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. It was like, man, like what is the coincidence of that happening? You know what I'm saying? But she was so mad, and it was like, after that, she just went off the rails. Like, she was not trying to hear nothing I was saying. She just thought everything that her brother was telling her about that girl, she thought that me and that girl was already doing. I was like, yo, it ain't even
like that.
So
was that what broke the camel's back? Or
it was because then my ex, she started cheating on me.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So then that broke it off. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would have probably still stayed in that relationship if she wouldn't have continued, if she would have just not cheated? Or do you think eventually you would have time?
That social media is crazy because I seen too much on it. I seen her like kissing on dude, and I was like my same homeboy, it's so funny how the universe work. Because with that situation where we was in the mall, my friend, he was able to see my ex cheat on me like online, so he was laughing at me, and I was sitting here sick. So it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So now when you think back, because it seems like you've done a lot of introspection, what lesson did you learn, and how would you move different?
The lesson I learned.
It's a lot of lessons that I picked up in your story.
Yeah. Just for me, it's like to just be chill. Don't be doing the most. Don't go outside of your situation just to prove a point to somebody else.
Got you.
Get to know somebody's background, because like anytime when you're dating, it's the consummation of who that person in their upbringing is, who they brought up to be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what
because of her daddy issues, she took me through hell, through all of these other situations, and
Yeah. So let's say you on a date with somebody and you getting to know them. If she brings up that her daddy wasn't in her life presently, is that automatically a cutoff for you, or are you investigating to see if she's done some work?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some diving into that, because I feel like even though, like, okay, if a person has daddy issues, they still have good qualities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They might be a little bit more attentive to you or whatever, or a little bit more caring and catering and things like that. So I don't just cut people off for that reason.
Got you. That's good.
Shawty, the one that I was with, she was trying to take me on that ride. So it's like,
she took you on that ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. She took you on that ride. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Now think of your 16-year-old self. What were the top 3 things you looked for in a girl versus now? It sounds like you about 26, 27.
Now I'm 26.
Okay. Yeah. What are the top 3 things you look for now? Like, what's the comparison? I definitely got, at 16, she got to be my dream girl. I got that one. What are 2 other things you think back then you looked for, like, just first time meeting them?
I mean, I'm still going to be attracted to the pretty face. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's so hard. But I think probably like honesty.
Okay. At 16, even
what now? Back then, I didn't really care.
You wasn't,
I was careless back then.
Oh,
you know?
So now, the pretty face, honesty. What's the third one?
Someone that probably believes in God, has a relationship with God. Because that thing, she was like a little devil or something. Like, for real. She was really on demon time. Like, I don't care what the hardest thug or whatever y'all think. No, my ex, I'm trying to tell you, she was really about that. Yeah. And she was from Chicago too.
It sounded like she took you through there.
She did.
Ooh, okay. We're going to dive into some of these questions that I have that I like to ask my guests. Everybody has their own perception of what an ideal partner looks like to them. What does an ideal partner look like to you? I know you just named somebody who's into God, honesty. What else?
An ideal partner.
Yeah.
I just think somebody that is well-rounded, somebody that doesn't put their expectations on you, someone that can meet you where you are. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They put their expectations so highly on what they want you to be, but they don't accept you for who you are. And that's the problem.
That's a big problem. Yeah. Oh, I get it. That's a big problem. When I get anxious or overwhelmed in a relationship, I do blank. So if somebody's overwhelming you or they making you anxious in a relationship, maybe somebody putting too much expectation on you, or how do you react to that?
They putting too much on me. I'm definitely a communicator. Like, we're gonna talk about it. I've never been the type to just
pull away.
Address what needs to be addressed. I didn't come up like kind of from that. If you make me feel some type of way, I'm gonna have to check you. Like, okay, we're gonna have to talk about it. And if you're not trying to talk, I can't really say. I'll get turned off if you're not adult enough to have the conversation. Then we got a problem. Because it's going to forever be, more problems, so.
Respect that. What's the worst date you have ever been on?
Worst date?
Yeah, or you ain't never had no bad dates?
I have. I had a bad date. This girl was so bad. Like, when I say bad, I'm not talking about personality. I'm talking about she was just fine. Like, chocolate thing. Just, man, she was so fine. But what made me mad was when she went to the bathroom. It was like a double date. I was there with my cousin.
Ooh, okay.
Her friend, I didn't see nothing wrong with her friend. Her friend was cool, like, but the girl that I was on the date with, she went to the bathroom. And we supposed to be getting drinks. So before, I was like, I don't know what they want. So I was like, I'm just gonna get water for myself and my cousin because they weren't around. I didn't want to order something they didn't want.
Right.
She came back to the table and she was just mad. She was like, oh, y'all ain't gonna get us nothing to drink. And I was just like, well, I don't know what you would have wanted, but I was like, she was like, you can give me no water. I was like, here, you can have mine. I pushed her, you know, the bottle, like, you can have mine. She pushed it back. I was like, okay, like that was number one. Cause I was like, that's doing the most. Like, I offered to give you my water, and it's like, what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? But then it was just like she was being like, from that point, she was like, she really wasn't being communicative. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like she had something up against him. That I was like, damn, it's so soon to be acting like that. So then, you know, as the time went on, I made sure she had something to drink. I actually got up and sat next to her. I was like, what's the problem? Like, good. Well, you didn't give me nothing to drink. Like, it was just that.
So she was just
right. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to her.
Yeah.
And my cousin ended up getting on the other friend's side. So at this time, we're sitting next to her, so it's like more intimate. I'm trying to let her know, like, look, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But then she was like, well, you know, you still didn't buy me anything. And I was just like, all right. So I had that Snickers moment. I was like, should I get up from this table and leave her here, or should I continue on with somebody? Because she was like, it's not you. It's just, you know, we can continue on after you buy me something. And I was just like, yeah.
Oh, so do you think it was how she framed it?
It was from the jump. I was like, so she's used to this certain type of, you know, putting everything on someone else. And I'm just like, we ain't even really dived into talking or anything. So I was like, for me to have to put up with that so soon, it was like, that wasn't really the vibe. I was just like, yeah, that's a big red flag to me.
Got you. So did you just get up and leave? Or?
I did. I got up from the table. I left, and I told her, I was like, you know, thank you. God bless her. Good night. Left her with the bill.
No.
And I felt good.
You did?
I gave myself a pat on the back.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Hold on. Let me back up a little bit, though. So it was a double date. So do you think if her attitude would have been different, the outcome would have just been different? Or were y'all supposed to pay for your own food? I guess I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm the type of, make one thing clear. I'm perfectly fine with paying for myself and your food. Like,
yeah.
If I ask you out, that's what I'm going to do.
Gotcha.
But it's the fact, your attitude, you got that attitude, I can't do it. You know?
Gotcha.
You don't know me, I don't know you. So it's like, I don't owe you anything. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
So
I agree.
You know, and I know she thought, how the way she was acting, she thought I was going to, you know, still be accepting to that type of behavior. You still pay for her. I was like, no, I don't like you, so why should I have to pay for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to do anything. And I told her that. I was like, I don't have to do anything. I'm going to leave. Like, that's what I did. Like,
I gotta learn boundaries like that. I think because, you know, social norms is like, you're not supposed to do that. But then again, when you dive into your worst date.
I mean, because at the end of the day, if I had paid for her being there and her type of behaviors, things like that,
she would have just kept on.
It just would have went, you know, I would have been depleted of paying for somebody that I really didn't like. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like if I don't like you, then why should I? And I know a lot of dudes go through that. They take out women and they don't get a second date. So I just think that's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Got you. Growing up, what was the most misunderstood thing about you?
The most understood?
Misunderstood.
That's tough. I think that's tough.
That's tough.
Yeah,
okay. In romantic relationships, what would you say is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Yeah, I think communication.
Is it because you overly communicate, or do you think it's because you're too straightforward?
I'm tough because I feel like, you know, I had to adapt so fast that it's like a lot of the games and stuff that people play now, like in the early stages of being with someone and dating, I see past all of it. I'm like, well, what are we doing? Like, what's the purpose? And if not, then like, You know, I'm not just like everybody else. I'm not just going to, you know, keep going with the flow of things. Like,
got you.
If we're talking, I want to know like why. What are we going? What are we gearing toward?
Yeah.
Not just doing it to do it. And I think a lot of people, they want to have fun and stuff like that. And I think that's cool, but I date for a purpose.
Got you. Okay, so would you say you're looking just for a long-term relationship or wife? What would you say your intentions are right now as far as dating?
I think definitely getting to know somebody, knowing that they have good qualities as far as like, you know, being a good person, belief in God. But yeah, long term I would say, but it's hard. I was
about to say, what are your challenges? You would say, do you think in a way it might be your type? Because I feel like there's a lot of good women out here that's looking.
Where?
I think you're not paying them no attention.
You think so?
I know so. I know so.
It's tough.
I mean, women also got to hold themselves accountable too for the same reasons. I think, if you're somebody who's used to having to prove yourself in relationships or go above and beyond, you'll go for that type. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably not the type you need for men and women.
But you know what? I don't think that it's supposed to be as easy though.
It's not supposed to be.
Trying to find that person that you like, okay, it's a lot of people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to really settle down with one person, you got to be special.
You do, but it ain't supposed to be super hard either though. Like you just said, you used the girl as an example. She was trying to get you to jump through hoops.
Right.
You know, as far as like making her feel better, making it all about her. Like, would you say in the past you were used to women like that and you did that? Because you said you gave yourself a pat on the back. Like, okay, I'm proud of myself.
I think now, like, I have more discernment about what I don't want.
Yeah.
Like, I might be open to. I might, you know what I'm saying? I'm open to. Okay, well, it's not just all about me. Like,
yeah.
You could teach me something.
Yeah.
But if it's something that I know I don't like, then I'm not gonna hang around it too long.
Well,
you know
that's good.
Like watching people on the story.
Yeah.
If you don't like that person, then why do you continue to watch them? Because if I don't like a TV show, I'm not gonna continue to watch it. You know? So.
I feel that. But sometimes we gotta hold ourselves accountable on our certain type.
That's true.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I do got a type. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. And so we might need to change it up just a little bit. Yeah, just see what else is out there. Because there's a lot of good ones out there that can fit everything that you want and need. Okay. You know, you just got to open up your mind just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. What projects do you have going on right now? Like, what are you doing now as far as modeling, acting, that you can share?
Okay. So we do have the Miguel Wilson Atlanta Fashion and Polo Classic that's coming up.
Okay.
The Black Tie Experience, I heard it's supposed to be in the Virgin Islands. So like, once I get confirmation of that, the Grammys coming up this week. So it's a lot of different projects. I'm trying to refresh my mind. There's so many different projects and stuff.
Is there anything anybody should tune into for you right now, or you just got things in the works right now, you would say?
Yeah. Well, I say the best way to kind of, follow my journey would be through Instagram, things like that.
Definitely.
So that's the best way.
Got you. So we will have your Instagram link in the show notes. I'm going to tag you in a whole bunch of different clips from this show, so people going to know where to find you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I want to thank you so much for making time to come on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this episode was a treat.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes. I want to thank all of the listeners for tuning in. Don't forget to download the dating app Plan for Keeps. And until next time.